Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? How are you? Okay. I'm going to tell you. I welcome you to, my broadcast, and you know how I feel about you. So, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, hey, it's all good, but I'm going to tell you, my friend, that it's all good, all great. You know, what I'm, hey, all are welcomed. So, let's talk about Marvel, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let me get set up here for a minute. Let me get set up. Up. See up there. Let me get set up. Tools live. Okay, let's go live. Subscription. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Subscription. Hello. So, hi guys. What's going on here? All everybody's welcomed. So, let's do the Marvel thing. I'll just invite my. I'll see if Colin is. I'll see if Colin is available because he's my Goomba. He's my Goomba, so I have to. I have to. I have to invite him because he's my buddy, all around good friend. I have to invite him. You know, hello. So what's going on here? And let's do the Marvel thing, and maybe we can, find some way to, you know, get on back to basics. All right. I didn't know if he was in, but oh man, hold on here. I come. Mr. Risenhour, how are you? How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? Yeah, I can barely hear you myself. Let me.
Yeah, because you somehow turned my mic off.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I turned it back on.
Yeah, so what's new, man? How you doing? How's your
Yeah,
mom?
good.
Good. I'm
Still
good.
trying to get my YouTube channel reinstated.
Me too, and I've been talking to everybody from here to Japan, trying to get people to sign that that petition.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's hard as crap,
yeah.
But it's kind of weird because I try to get people to do things and they don't want to do it. It seems as though, you know,
Yeah.
they don't want to do it. But I got my channel back up and running. YouTube has saw fit to grant me my channel back.
Yeah, except they haven't seen fit to give me my channel back.
I know, and it's like really messed up because I
Yeah,
try
I
like
can't get my channel back until Jeffrey Strojan is removed from YouTube.
Trojan is not on YouTube anymore. He's not on YouTube anymore. He's not even making videos anymore. Not doing anything anymore. They should give you your channel back. Really.
Well, they haven't. Well, I haven't heard anything about my channel. About them. About they haven't contacted me at all or anything. So I've just been waiting for to get somewhere about my channel.
The tight-lipped adversary wouldn't quite work for a
I'm
feature
sorry
film.
about
This
that.
is why the Queen was created to speak for the four, and not just because they were gunning for sexiest on
People
screen.
on Twitter about
Sounds
that.
also explained here by the film as to the exact role the Queen played within the collective.
It's
You
just
could
that
think of the Queen as some sort of central processing in commando from
really
within the central nexus.
people
As
got
first contact screenwriter Ron Moore also stated, the Boar Queen was always intended to be a literal person and not merely a manifestation of the collective.
Yeah, like
it's just that certain people with hurting friends got people, because he flagged many of your videos and junk like that, you know, not anything I can do.
yeah, it's messed. Yeah, but for me to get my channel back, though, his channel has to be actually removed because 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 of the flag still being on those videos.
Yeah, but how many months has it been? It's been like 8 months since the channel was taken. It shouldn't even be that long.
Yeah, well, they haven't.
And he's not even on YouTube anymore. So
Yeah, I emailed Jeremy from YouTube about it about channel asking him if there's anything new with my channel
and
because
what
I
did
haven't heard anything back. I haven't heard anything from since he had you email that person that video.
Yeah, that video. Yeah, let me tell you, that video could have my channel terminated.
Yeah, but luckily he only had you email that person. Like he didn't have you upload it to YouTube.
No, what I'm saying is the video content itself.
Yeah. But
You
he
had
said that this person emailing his person that video would somehow help. But
The board got a significant wardrobe of multiple
he's going.
individually molded bodysuits and board implements were created, and airbrushing was used for the creepier, more intricately technological look on the skin of each drawing. In the end, the whole process of boardification.
Yeah.
And I try to be, good about stuff and let people come on, but I'm not going to do that anymore because people act stupid when you guess them. I mean, damn. I mean, it's like, I let Ayush come on one time and he basically he came on. Let's put it like this, Colin, dude. He came on, right?
Yeah.
And luckily for him, his dad came in the room. So when his dad came in the room, his dad saw what he was looking at on the monitor, and his dad asked him where he got the picture from, and he said, "I got it from my friend." I said, "He didn't get that from me." His dad said, "Where can you get pictures like that?" I said, "From a program called Deviant Art. That's where he got the picture from."
Yeah, I've heard of that website. You can find all sorts of artwork on there.
No, you're not hearing me. What I'm saying is he found some pornographic.
Yeah, I know. I know. You can find both
And then
regular artwork on there and cool stuff like comic book related stuff. But you can also find it inappropriate stuff on there. I know because I found inappropriate stuff on there before. Well, 13 comic book stuff.
Makeup artist Michael S. Martin Jr.
found pictures of vintage pictures of X-Men, like Storm, Cyclops, Beast. You know,
Yeah.
it was really an awesome sight to see, man. I'm gonna tell you, I've never seen the X-Men look so good.
Yeah, you find a lot of cool artwork on there. Even I've done artwork on there, Ray.
Really?
Of course, I don't have the DeviantArt anymore.
Do you know that guy, Jason? Do you know that guy that they're using for? Do you know somebody's using the image of Jason Todd with your face?
Who?
I don't know. All I know is I punched up Jason Todd one day, and I saw a cover that someone had made, and the guy looks like you, but dark hair.
So find this image and send it to me.
I'm gonna have to search.
It sounds to me like someone is a fan of my version of the character.
Yeah, what they did was they copied your cover with Jason Todd, the figure of Jason Todd on it. He looks like you.
Yeah, but is it from one of? Does it look like one of my like a cover to my Red Hood Rises novel?
That's what it looks like. It looks like that. He has the jacket on. He doesn't have the mask, and he's like kind of standing there looking straight at you. Like,
Let me see. The cover of my novel actually has me in a shirt as Jason Todd with a.
This cover looked like it was kind of hand drawn, like someone hand drew it, like sketched it or something. I don't know.
To me, it's the thing is, right, there's editing apps nowadays, photo editor apps nowadays have a sketch feature where you can actually take a picture and add effects to it and make it look like it was a sketch, make it look like a sketch.
This picture looked like it was well, I flagged it, so they had no other choice but to take it down.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because that means they used my likeness without permission.
Yeah, and I figured since I was your partner, I should flag it.
Well, thank you, and thank you for letting me know about it. But I'm flattered that someone would use my likeness, though.
But it's illegal the way they did it.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm both disappointed that someone would do that without my permission. But I'm also flattered that someone used my likeness for something like that.
Well, I just thought you might want me to flag it. That's all.
Well, thank you, because copyright reasons.
Those of you who don't know, yeah, I am his partner, and I will be watching. So don't.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, copyright laws exist for a reason.
And that person.
And because it helps, and also they help protect someone's
work.
So they help protect the person who created something that's copyrighted.
Yeah.
Like me, for example, like my novels on Wattpad, they're copyrighted.
By you being a novelist and an actor, your likeness is already copyrighted because you used your likeness in books and novels.
Yeah, on the Wattpad, when you're raking a novel on Wattpad, right, it can actually give you the option of copyrighting your novel. So it went by adding the feature called "All Rights Reserved."
But what I'm
to your novels.
But what I'm saying, Colin, is um, the guy, the person. I'm not gonna say guy or female because I don't know. The person in question, when he used your
Yeah, let's
image,
just see. Let's just say they.
he didn't. They didn't know that I would be watching.
Yeah, but yeah.
When your video,
Obviously, yeah, obviously they broke the law by using my likeness without permission.
and I stopped
But
them,
I better bet someone would do that.
and I stopped them.
Yeah, so people, that's a lesson to all of you watching this. If you're new to copyright law and stuff like that, just know that if you plan on using someone's likeness for some kind of artwork that you plan on posting on social media or the internet, you need to get the person's copyright permission first before posting it.
Like Joe,
And also to get their permission, and also get their copyright permission to use their likeness as well.
I always, if Colin makes a video that I'm going to use, I always get his verbal permission, and there's always a disclaimer at the beginning of the video to protect me from that.
Yeah, because of course nowadays the only way for people or all of you to see my content on YouTube now
Here,
is for me to post it onto his channel.
it's on
Just for
here.
him to post my content on his channel.
Creative and made the light on each one of the new board eyepieces blink the names of members of the cast and crew in Morse code.
It was like
Promotion was the most expensive for us three. It took
It
on
was
average
like, how can
6.5 hours for the actress to get into the Bold Queen makeup and suit. The bodysuit that was used caused her blisters, and the silver contact lenses that formed part of the look were so painful, Cree could only wear them for a maximum of 4 minutes at a time. The floating head sequence in First Contact was done mostly through practical effects. To achieve, the Cree was separated into two, a prosthetic board neck with an animatronic.
Yeah.
there's copyright infringement. If you're thinking about doing it, don't. See, because when I use Colin's videos and his songs and stuff that he sings, I have his permission. I have his verbal permission and a disclaimer, which protects me from getting in trouble when I use them. Right, Colin? So
Yeah.
just don't do it. And as for Jules, she always gives me permission to use her stuff. So hey, I just figure use it because she ain't using it. You know what I'm saying? She's not using it. And I always try to air everybody's stuff. I mean, the only thing I don't air is graphic stuff and racially motivated stuff, like the kind of video that
Fixed to make it an angle, and the rest of her body wrapped in blue, placed on a slant board attached to a crane rig to lower the actress down to the set. Just to be clear, the board queen separated the two. Alice Cree was not violated for this film. Number 9,
Yeah.
The Royal We. As the queen herself put it, I am the beginning, the end, the one who is many. Far from being a contradiction in terms, the board queen is instead probably the ultimate example of the majestic plural. We have seen multiple different versions and copies of the board queen over the years, leading to a lot of speculation as to just how this system of replacements works, still largely unexplained in canon. The queen was by Picard Lacutus' side on the team headed to Sector 001 and rest of both worlds.
I'm
It's
just
an important inside job, and yet, despite that cube's destruction, was very much alive and assimilating during the events of First Contact. Having dissolved in cosmic coolant at the end of that movie, the Board Queen nonetheless made a second appearance in the Star Trek Voyager feature-length episode Dark Frontier. Alice Cree was unavailable to reprise the role for the episode, and so Susan Thompson, who had auditioned to play the Queen in First Contact, was hired. Whilst this Voyager version was meant to be in the same...
Basically, it's a cool thing when you can use somebody's work to,
Yeah.
honor them in such a way. I mean, it's like when I first used her video, the one of her singing Barbie Girl, I got so many copyright claims. It's not funny. Someone sent me 8 copyright claims in one broadcast. Dude, it was crazy. Oh yeah, and Franco McAvoy asked about you.
Oh.
Franco.
Yeah.
know, yeah, he asked about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says we need him back. We need his content. We need more creators like him. You know. So what I did,
Uh,
I told him that I air your stuff, and he can come here and look at it. And he said he'd tell the rest of your fans. In the
yeah. Thank you. Tell him I said thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
I'm flattered that he said that we need more creators like me on YouTube. I'm flattered.
oh yeah, before I forget, Brian says hi, Mr. Collins.
Uh,
Oh, I finally got him to call you Collins. Ain't that nice? Well, he could have called you Robin. Dang, you lucky. You're lucky. He could have called you Robin. Hey, don't blame me. Blame you. You did it. You're the one that made the character seem so real. Hello? Did you freeze or what? Yeah, you probably did. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Colin Risenhour, yes, singer of multiple songs, novelist, and award-winning actor. Yes, he is the star and the principal writer and the creator of the Red Hood Rises film. The film was made under the auspices of his film company, Red Hood Studios.
yeah, or RH Studios for short because of copyright reasons.
RH
Yeah, copyright reasons are a big thing, people. Yeah, I just short. Yeah, so that's why on my logo it's shortened to RH Studios because everyone knows Red Hood is a copyright, but it's got copyright superhero name because created by DC Comics or Detective, or as what they were called back then, Detective Comics.
Detective Comics. And I'm just saying, dude, it's like when I use your like songs and stuff that you sing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when I use them, I have your express permission to do it because when you give me that material, that automatically gives me the permission to use it.
Yeah, exactly. So if all of you watching this, if you're new to YouTube, if you're new to the copyright laws and all that, just know that if you plan on using someone else's content or someone's like content, you have to have their permission first.
It's like the time when they used my image to create that account. Remember? I could have sued the crap out of them for that.
Yeah, because if you don't get someone's permission, and you could get sued for it.
You can get sued.
Yeah,
right
it happens in the music industry all the time with famous things like for example, MC Hammer. He got sued up the ass for stealing the music rights of his song "Can't Touch This" from the song "Super Freak."
Yep, Rick James and
Rick James. Yeah, he did. He used the music rights without getting Rick James' permission and got sued. And of course, him being sued by Rick James led to him going bankrupt.
Yep. And
then there was, of course, Vanilla Ice, who got sued by Queen and David Bowie for stealing the music rights of Ice Ice Baby from their song "Under Pressure."
Yeah.
And of course, Vanilla Ice being the cool dude he is, actually tried to defend himself.
And remember,
on live TV during interviews, saying that the music grid is not the same, and that he added an extra music note to the music grid, which creates a little change. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, but even if you add different riffs to it, it's still the same. Still the same music.
Yeah, but if you
So
think, but if you play both music riffs by the side, they're
they come,
exactly the same.
but if you send them to a sound analyzer, they're gonna come up the same too.
Yeah, just because yeah, Vanilla Ice was dumb for trying to defend himself because
I
adding
would.
just adding one extra music note to a music riff that already exists,
It doesn't help.
that doesn't make it your music riff. Now,
Uh, When I see, and that goes with copyright. See, when I'm giving videos to use it, when I'm giving videos to load, they're telling me, the free use law comes into play. That gives me permission to use said material.
yeah,
I don't even have to have, a verbal consent because free use comes into play and, I load it.
yeah,
That's just it. I mean, but
yeah,
it does matter on how you use that material.
yeah. Look, yeah,
Seriously. So if you think about doing something negative to someone's image, don't.
yeah.
I'm saying
I
don't.
mean, I've been like for example, I've been my likeness has been used by a lot of toxic people on YouTube for hate videos about me,
Now,
including some thumbnail that's on used for video that shows that has my face on posed on the face of a dude holding two dildos in his hands.
oh man, that is so crappy.
You remember that? You remember that one, right, Ryan?
That is so crappy though, man. It's crappy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
me holding a dildo in both hands.
But then they got images. They got what is it? They had made an account, Big Randy Smoke, and then they called me your boyfriend, and then
Yeah,
it was
there was also that's what Lil Caesars Pete did, where when he went on Facebook and stole that picture, a picture from my Facebook page that I took of myself at the gym one day, and used Photoshop to turn it into a picture of me not wearing a shirt but I wasn't wearing a shirt in the original picture though. But he took Little Caesar Peter took the picture and used Photoshop to turn it into a picture of me wearing a chef's hat and me holding a pizza in my hand,
yeah, like
and started using it as the profile picture for his YouTube channel, and tried to and ever since he did that, has been trying to make it seem like I'm the mascot for his channel. He even went and created a website on Google called ColinRisenhour.com.
And there's also one that says I hate Colin Risenhour. I don't know who made that. .com. Where you see all kinds of hate videos and bad videos on Colin, but Colin is not a bad guy. He is a community.
Yeah, I've never done anything bad on YouTube in my life, people.
Yeah, you were my
all
best.
I do is just make content, fun content. Like try not to laugh down videos, singing videos, about autism, like that. And
you were my best man.
Yeah.
You were my best man. So.
Yeah, in fact.
Good guy.
I've never done anything bad on YouTube in my life. I mean.
Well, I did once. No, I didn't.
Really?
King and Queen was also intended to be somewhat distinct. Thompson wore the same bodysuit as Alice Brie, with only a few alterations made to fit, and the Queen's makeup got a bit of a retouch. Thompson will play the Queen once more in Warrior the two-parter Unimatrix Zero, and Brie returned in the season finale Endgame. In season 2 of Star Trek Picard, we would meet a different, but equally familiar Borg Queen, portrayed by the sadly missed Annie Wersching. The character was then given a surprising twist by Alison Pill. Technically speaking, 7 of 9 was also the Borg Queen of her own mini collective on the Artifact feud for a hot minute. For her, I care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, yeah.
You walked into that one. I never did anything bad on YouTube, but I did.
Everyone knows Herbert the Perp from YouTube. Remember his musical number?
Yeah.
I've got my best done. Remember?
Yeah. I got my best on something, and he dying. Oh man.
So Emery ended with Emery ended the song with "All I Need Is a Boy."
He goes, all I need is a boy. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy? Dude.
He's a straight up pervert.
What?
Like some people have theorized. Some people have theorized on the internet that Herbert the Pervert is secretly Quagmire in his old age.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But the thing is, though, Quagmire, he looks nothing like Quagmire, and they have completely different face shapes.
Yeah.
And also, Quagmire doesn't go after children.
But I do. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Yeah, stop. But
Yeah, and the Quag. And like,
remember when he had those Oriental girls in his trunk? Oh, dude.
yeah.
Oh man.
Or remember that one episode where Stewie built a transport, like the one from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and there's that funny part where Quagmire teleports into the transporter, and he's with a bunch of Aiden chicks, and he's like tied to a chair, and his face is blindfolded.
Yeah.
And the Aiden girl sees Stewie start giggling at him, and Quagmire's like, "Don't you laugh at it."
Yeah.
Thinking that they're laughing at his you know what.
I know.
They're like, you know who everybody sees as the perfect live action version of Quagmire if they ever make a live action family movie?
Who?
Charlie Sheen.
Oh God, he is. All you need is the giggity giggity giggity. Oh man.
Yeah, and you know who everybody sees as the perfect live action Peter Griffin?
That would be Alan. That would be Alan.
No, people actually see like the one who I see the most as a fan for the role of Peter Griffin for a live action Family Guy movie on the internet is Kevin James of all people.
Oh no, not Kings and Queens. No, not
And
Doug.
you probably didn't know this, but Mila Kunis wasn't always the voice of Meg Griffin in Family Guy. In the first season, she was actually voiced by the actress from remember the Lost in Space movie that came out in the 90s?
Lacey Chabert.
Yeah, she was originally for season 1, Meg Griffin was voiced by her.
Yeah,
But she decided that she didn't want to continue the show because she didn't want to be typecast. So she left the show, and they ended up replacing her with Mila Kunis, who was still doing That 70s Show at the time. Yeah, and because of that, Mila Kunis, I'll be right back, Ray. I had to go help Dean real quick with something. I'm coming to you. I'll be right back, everybody.
Yep, he'll be right back. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, yeah, Mila Kunis, very good actress. Y'all should check her out. Yes, sir. She's a pretty good actress, I guarantee. I'm tell you. So, all are welcome to this broadcast. I'm saying all are welcome. I mean, if you want to come in and talk about something entertaining, like TV, cartoons, anime, you are welcome to do so. So, come on in, everybody. Join us. But still, everyone is invited. So, I'm just saying, for my friends that are out there, you guys too, if you guys want to come in and talk about something, you're welcome. You're welcomed. Just come on in. Oh, we got us actually 3 viewers. How you guys doing? You guys are welcome to chat in the live chat. We don't have no problem with that. So it's all good. So what you guys want to talk about? I mean, since you guys are here, you know, tell us what you would love to talk about. It's not a problem. I mean, we could talk about anything Marvel related, anime, or we could just talk in general. This is a free forum where people can express themselves and just be themselves. So, hey, come on in, kick off your shoes, and let's have a chat, shall we? You know? Yes, boys and girls, come on in. We'd love to have you. You know what I always say? Jackpot! So, come on in, join us, feel free. You know? Just join in, have fun. And we can have a blast. I mean, hell. And, and if Jules is out there listening, happy 22nd birthday, princess. You deserve it. And I'll sing, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jules. Happy birthday to you. And that was from me to you, Jules, my best friend. Yeah, and I hope you had a really great birthday. Yep. So, back to the thing at hand. We really would love for you guys to sign Colin's petition. When he comes back, I'll have him send me a copy of it. And I'll post it on Facebook once again, and you guys can, sign it if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Just give it a little sign. But hey, don't go. We're just getting used to you being around. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying, come on over. Let's enjoy ourselves, shall we? We can have us a blast. So, by the way, oh, you left me. Oh, darn. You left. That's not cool. But hey, let's just see that, we're just those people who want to have fun. And if you guys want to really have fun, you're welcome to come on into the chat bar and hang out. Just hang out and just be one of us, be one of us. Let us enjoy your company. Just, hey, be one of us.
As I was saying, well, when Mila Kunis was doing Family Guy while still doing That 70s Show, during the day she would do filming for That 70s Show. She would do filming for That 70s Show, and then during breaks she would go and do recording for Family Guy at the 20th Century Fox recording studio.
Yep, that's her, all right. And welcome back, single viewer. And let's hear it for our boy Colin. Jackpot! Welcome back, Colin. I was hoping you'd come back. I was missing you after throwing that paper on my porch the other day. You nearly broke my sternum. Just messing with you.
Remember in Star Wars, remember in Family Guy Blue Harvest when Herbert was like, "You got here just in time."
You got here just in time. And the thing went all straight.
Yeah, I remember as a reference to a boner, his light there, his limp light there went like this.
It went brrr. I was like, what is going on here? It was like, oh, and then brrr. I'm like, what is going on here?
It's funny that you probably know this, right? But when they were working on Family Guy Blue Harvest, originally had considering having Quagmire be Han Solo in it.
Quagmire. Oh,
yeah,
no.
but then they decided against that and decided to have him as C-3PO.
C-3PO.
And decided to have Peter be Han Solo. And they originally were going to have Lois Griffin's dad be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
But then they decided to go with Herbert the pervert because of his connection with Chris Griffin. Because Chris Griffin, because they were choosing to have Chris Griffin be Luke Skywalker in it.
Yeah, you never know, see? You never know. That's how it is with us. See? You never know.
Yeah, then. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. Come in, Chris. Your zipper's down again.
Thanks, Mr. Herbert.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Herbert. Dude, that used to crack me up.
Yeah.
It's not me, Chris. I'm in your closet.
Go home, Mr. Herbert. It's not me. I'm in your closet.
Oh, man. I used to. Let me tell you. This one lady, she liked Family Guy so much, right? I was in the store. I think I was getting breakfast at the time, and she comes up to me and she says, "Can you do something for me?" And I said, "Sure." And just as she sat down beside me, right? I looked over at her. At her, and I said, "Hey, you, yeah, you. Hey, honey, pass me the salt." And she went to pass me the salt. I was like, "Not you, lady, the cute guy next to you." And she was like, "What the hell?" Dude. She just looked at me like, "What the hell?" Oh, here comes my co-host now. Look at Colin. Oh, he's so cute. He's such a dish. Wow. Look at him, and he has all those muscles. No, I'm just messing with him. But
What was that? You what was that? Was calling me a dish a reference to Chase?
yes, it was.
Or in other words, or in other words, or fabulous.
How he say that? Oh, Colin, you're such a dish. I can see why my sister likes to date you. We have the same taste in guys. I said, oh gosh, let me out of
No,
this.
what his exact words were. We, Macy, we have the same taste in men.
I said, oh gosh, let me out of this conversation.
I'm like,
I want to be part of. Dude,
uh,
hold on. Me.
Star Trek Picard, the Borg Queen was played by two people. Reprising the role, Alice Creek gave her immediately recognizable voice to the Queen, and it was Australian actress Jane Edwina Seymour who stood in on set with a tour de force and bloody scary performance as her body double. Number 8. A dating profile. The origins of the Borg Queen remain one of the most mysterious parts of Star Trek. We know very little about how this embodiment, perhaps mastermind of the collective, came to be, or even much about her daily existence. Do multiple queens exist simultaneously? Similar to the bee, does any drone have the potential to become queen? From canon, we know that the Borg originated in the Delta Quadrant thousands of centuries ago, much like any other humanoid species. At an unknown point in their history, they began to incorporate cybernetic technology into their bodies. As the VAD War revealed...
Hey, Randy, you know the current Star Trek TV series, Star Trek: The Strange New Worlds?
In Star Trek Voyager's episode Bright Teeth, the Borg had only assimilated a handful of systems by what was the 15th century on Earth. It's never indicated the Borg Queen was around practicing her high wire act in the 1400s. The collective itself may not have known, as their memory of that time was fragmentary. Only the few bits of dating we do get for the Queen comes from 2 Voyager episodes. In Dark Frontier, the Queen states to Seven that we all originated from lesser species. I myself came from species 125. Later, in Unimatrix Zero Part 2, the Queen intimates that when she was assimilated, she was just about the age of the child she speaks to during her visit to the Borg virtual reality.
Hey, Ray.
Yep.
You know the current Star Trek TV series called Star Trek Strange New Worlds?
Yep.
Well, do you know that? Do you know who's playing Captain Kirk in it?
Who
One of the actors from The Vampire Diaries.
Oh, you're talking about
The dark brown-haired guy.
yeah, the one that played.
Not the one with black hair. No, not that one. The other one.
You're talking about Stefan, right? The one that played Stefan.
Yeah, and guess what? But when he made his first appearance as Captain Kirk, it was actually in the form of an alternate universe version of the character, who is the captain of a different starship. That's not the Enterprise.
Yeah, it's the Farragut.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, when he was first asked about how he was going to portray the character, he said that he was not going to portray a character like William Shatner or Chris Pine, and that he was going to portray a character as how the character was originally envisioned to be before William Shatner came along and completely changed the character and made the character his own.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, the character was originally supposed to be portrayed as a no-nonsense, serious captain who's very brave and sincere and very heroic.
In other words, like the Scarlet Pimpernel.
But when William Shatner came along, he made many changes to the character and was stealing other cast members' lines, trying to make Captain Kirk seem more smarter than he actually is, and because William Shatner wanted to be the center of attention, and like it was like every time there was gonna be an episode that was gonna change the world, he wanted to be a big part of it. Like remember the episode where Captain Kirk kisses Uhura?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like the first time a white actor, a black actor, and a white actor kiss each other on camera.
It was supposed to be the first interracial kiss.
Yeah, well, originally it was supposed to be Spock who kisses her. But when William Shatner heard that it was going to change the world, he was like, "No, I want to do it."
Let me ask you a question, Colin. While I got you here. So, Colin, buddy, homie, you know more about autism than anybody I know. So, I'm going to ask you this question because Brian has been doing this a lot lately. I noticed that when I go around him now, he sticks really close to me. I mean, like, really close to me. I was like, dude, can you get off of me, please?
Well,
I mean, he wants to be around me every day. Oh,
that's it. Wasn't he already like that though? Being very clingy.
yeah, but even more so. More so.
But now, it might be his medication. It might be the dosage of his medication. Because like it sounded to me like he's getting anxious and wants to be around you more. Like he's anxious.
Like I'll come around and he wants to. Number one, he wants me to like play video games with him, and like when we go on walks and stuff, we go to the park.
Yeah.
We like basically walk around and we look at animals, and I show him the different animals around the area and stuff like that.
Yep.
And he says, "Wow, can we do this next week?" And I go, "Yes, we can. Of course."
Yeah. Does he seem anxious in any way?
Yeah.
Like very anxious, like more anxious than normal or agitated.
He seems more anxious, and he doesn't want me to go home sometimes.
Yeah, it might be his medication. Like it sounds like a bad symptom of his medication, like what I was experiencing before I switched to the medication that I take now.
I mean, he was like, there would be times when I would have to leave, and he would say, "Can't you stay a little bit longer, please?" I'd be like, "Brian."
But they seem agitated at times.
No, he just gets more excited. Like I can say, "Brian, let's go to the park," and he'd go, "Wow, man, let's go."
Like, what kind of medication is he taking? Is it a stimulant or a non-stimulant?
It's like a non-stimulant. It makes him hyper.
Like because the medication that I'm now currently taking is a non-stimulant. I switched because the Vyvanse was causing me and my mom to both develop bad symptoms, like my left arm twitching and trembling, and me getting very anxious and agitated.
No, but Brian gets agitated real easily, and sometimes I have to calm him down because he gets real agitated real easily.
Is that well?
Like
it might be maybe you should let maybe it's a dosage of his medication. Sometimes that can cause stuff like this.
when we're around people, and when we're around people, say like me and you, say like it's me, you, and him. I told you if I ever left you in the room with him, how he'd be. More so, it would be more so like that.
But at least tend to mean that the Queen
No,
became
you,
so
you
when
remember,
rather being
right?
created in situ, it would be difficult to date her assimilation, especially given the fact that the boards use maturation chambers, which may accelerate growth.
Yeah, that would be like really kind of creepy.
It really, like, May's the medication. You should probably keep a close eye on his medication. If you see any negative symptoms, you should definitely definitely talk to his doctor about it.
I definitely should.
Yeah, just say keep an close eye on his symptoms. If he starts getting very agitated or like very temperamental, like more than normal. Yeah, and that's because sometimes it's a dosage.
Yeah, I think that's what I think it is too.
Yeah, most of the time it's a dosage, but sometimes it's stuff like negative symptoms.
Yeah.
Like when I was on Vyvanse, when I was taking Vyvanse to treat my ADHD, right? It would sometimes sometimes in the middle of the afternoon while I'm at work, I would suddenly feel like I was suddenly feel like I'm having a sort of anxiety attack. Like my heart would start beating really fast for several minutes and then stop. Cause of the my heart is racing.
Like I
And
told
uh,
you, he doesn't do good around like new people and stuff. He's not good around new people.
yeah, well, that's normal because of how severe his form of ADHD is.
I mean, he's not good around new people. I
That's
mean,
normal for autistic people, right?
no,
Because
but
some people who are autistic,
no,
some people who have more severe forms of autism or savant syndrome have difficulty being around other people that like that, and because they have difficulty making friends and interacting with other people.
like I don't know because um he's basically like this. When we're like separate, when we're like together, he's cool and and he's Brian. But then if I leave him for a short period of time, he freaks. Like totally.
Yeah, because like that's the thing with autistic people, right? Like people who have more severe form of ADD or ADHD like him have difficulty interacting with other people and or being in the same room full with a ton of other people, and because that they have difficulty uh, interacting with people and making friends.
You want to hear something funny?
And because of this, they come across as being very shy, even though they're not shy. They're just having difficulty interacting with people.
Yeah. Actually, this isn't funny. He refers to me as he says he says, "Big brother, do I really have to do this?" And I go, "Yes, Brian, you do. You definitely do."
Yeah, it's the look. Of course, we both want what's best for him, right?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, like of course that includes his mom, of course.
Right. Yes.
Like we just want the best for him, because of his learning disability that he has. It's a learning disability, but it's not like physical disability; it's mental,
Mm-hmm.
and which means it's different, completely different from that of a physical disability.
But what I mean,
And
but what I mean is, Colin, it's like this. It's like this. Say, for instance, um, me, you, and him, right? We're in a store, and I go with that. I say, Colin, hold. I go, Colin, wait for me. I'll be right back. All of a sudden, I come back. I come back, and it's all this. Oh my God.
you said Colin instead of Brian.
I mean, say for instance, I leave him with you, and I say, Brian, I'm gonna go for a little bit. Stay with Colin for a minute. Stay with Colin. I'll be right back. He would freak, dude.
Yeah, you see, because the form of ADD or ADHD that he has is more severe than is a lot more severe than mine. Mine is very mild because I have what they refer to as high functioning autism. But what he has is one of the more severe forms, like Ring of Fire ADD, which has to do with anger with anger, agitation, and anxiety.
He has the well. It makes him kind of act like a 12-year-old. You know?
Yeah, but the thing is, they're like,
I mean, it's kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me at first to deal with, but I'm learning. I'm
yeah,
still
yeah, you're learning, and luckily you learned a lot from talking to me about this stuff.
and sneaking and spying on your transmissions and stuff. I mean, you don't always know I'm there. I mean,
Yeah, you learned from me, and yeah, but when, just out of curiosity, when exactly was he diagnosed?
when we were like 12, I think.
Yeah, it just depends on when you're diagnosed too, right? You
Yeah.
see, I was diagnosed when I was at least three, and when I was at least three, or when I was at
Well,
least 2 or 3.5, and
I mean,
and
I something was off, but I didn't. It
some
didn't.
people go their whole lives not knowing that they're autistic, and and like if you would have been, for example, if he would have been diagnosed earlier than that,
Mm-hmm.
he would have been he would have been had been he probably he his mother probably would have been more successful getting treated
Mm-hmm.
and you know, but since he was diagnosed so late when he was like 12 instead of earlier in his childhood,
I, I told
it
you.
made it a little bit more difficult to treat to treat the form of ADD that he has.
I told you how he was. I told you how his doctor was. I mean, the guy was a total tool.
Oh yeah, the jerk one who got fired.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me be in a room with him, or wouldn't let me talk to him. He wouldn't let me do anything. It was like I couldn't do anything. He kept telling me, "You don't know what you're talking about. You don't. You know what?
Yeah, definitely sounds like someone who's self-obsessed and only cared about what they say, they think, and not what other people think,
So
which
I'm
really angers me.
so I'm like,
But you can't, because it's not right to be in that mindset, that kind of mindset when you're treating what dude
I
when you're treating someone who's autistic.
well, I gave the notes that I gave the transmissions that I recorded from your you now
Yeah, in the recordings and the.
ones I made. The notes the notes that we transcribed from the recordings, and we use those as a blueprint. So you know,
What is it? What is it? Dinner? Okay. Be right back. I have to go gather grab my dinner real quick. But yeah. It raised that month.
Wow. So, okay. Okay. So, hello.
switched to Liberty Mutual and saved $652 on car insurance. With the money we saved, we thought we'd try to...
Finally, the warring nations of Earth had forgotten their differences and banded together to save our planet. The United Global Space Force was searching the galaxy for worlds rich with drinkable water and breathable air. The Hypergate was our best hope to colonize space, our best hope for surviving. But as we prepared to launch ourselves into the black of space, terrorist forces calling themselves the Global Sedition, preparing to strike.
Hello. We're still here. But usually
Houston base, this is Cargo 7, plus landing clearance. Roger, transport, this is Risk Gate Control. Please download security codes. Downloading. Transport, I've got 2 clicks inside your radar signature. Jackie, sound, they're hiding in your shadow. Don't see anything.
I'm just saying.
Fighters are attacking the Hypergate. Fast station. Gate Control, this is Eagle 1. I'm locked and loaded, ready to fly.
I'm back.
Yep.
And speaking of Star Trek, you know which character I could see, which Star Trek character I can see myself portraying a live action version of?
What?
Did they ever chose to reboot the character again?
What?
Captain Kirk.
Fuck.
What?
Yeah, I know how that is.
Don't you think, Rick? Don't you think you could? Don't you think you could see me portraying that character?
Yeah, I know how that is.
The seductive appeal of the Federation's greatest foe has been hard to resist for years of such a beta canon. What seems to entice writers the most is origin stories for the board and their monster party, given that the series and films have provided us with very little on the board. They have a lot of creative space for invention. The very nature of the species tends to lend itself to origin stories along the themes of technology run amok or experiment gone wrong. For example, both the Star Trek the original series manga story Side Effects from the Shinsei anthology and the Strange New World 6 short story The Beginning depict the creation of the first born seed as a result of ill-fated medical experiments attempting to cure a deadly disease. In the Star Trek Destiny trilogy by David Mack.
Hey, Ray.
Yep.
Don't you think I would make a good Captain Kirk if they ever chose to recast the character again?
I don't think they're going to recast it again, but you can do it. Oh, I just thought of that guy, Paul Wesley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're trying to get him as a full-time actor for the Strange New World series.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be, because the Strange World, New World series is supposed to be a prequel to the events of the original 60s Star Trek series. In a way.
Yeah, but
in fact, it even references the eventual fate of the captain of the Enterprise. You know, the one who ends up the person who was the captain before Kirk became the new captain of the Enterprise.
hold on.
But the thing in life,
the predecessor to the Borg was the disastrous result of a last-ditch attempt for survival by a member of a highly advanced alien race, the Celiac, capable of forming their own hive-like mind called the Gestalt, and a group of humans from the Columbia NX-02 stranded in the past. Some of the novels do expand upon the role of the Queen within the collective. In the Star Trek Voyager book, The Five Ashore, Golden, the Borg have a royal protocol to quickly replace a queen, whereas in the Destiny series, several queens can exist at the same time. In the game, Star Trek Legacy, a queen was needed to unite Borg, who were originally created by V'Ger. In Star Trek Online, the Borg and their queen returned in 2409 to launch an assault on the Alpha and Beta Quadrants. In the perfectly titled The Next Generation Mirror Universe novel, The Worst of Both Worlds by Greg Fox, there's also a Borg king. Number 6.
Yeah, but the funny thing about Paul Wesley, Ray, is that remember that failed TV show that he did on CW? That was canceled. That was about fairy tales. That he did. Are you still here, Ray?
Don't be so three-dimensional. Equally outside of what is considered canon, what you might not know is that the Borg Queen was central to the story of the Star Trek The Experience Borg Invasion 4D attraction in Las Vegas. The immersive experience, which included a number of live performers, was set aboard a Starfleet research outpost. Guests on the ride were told, by the Doctor no less, that they were there as part of medical research into their possible genetic immunity to Borg assimilation. Naturally, a Borg cube arrives to put a stop to all that, with none other than the Borg Queen aboard. 4D effects mounted in interactive chairs were used to make the audience feel like they were being infected by nanoprobes as the Queen appeared. Admiral Janeway arrives aboard Voyager, and...
Yeah, Ray. Are you still here, Ray?
Yep.
The funny thing about actor Paul Wesley is that remember that show, that failed TV show that he started doing I think 2 or 3 years ago on CW, where that was about like short stories or fairy tales.
Once Upon a Time?
No. It was a failed TV show that he did on
The Brothers Grimm.
There was some failed TV show that Paul Wesley did, like I think in 2019, I think it was. That was canceled after a few episodes, and it was when he was doing the show, it was around the time that remember the actor who played Elongated Man in the Flash TV show on CW? Well, it was around the same time when that actor started causing some controversy about some racist comments that he said. And there was some rumors going on that when they were going to after he left the show, after he left the Flash TV show, they were going to recast the character and cast Paul Wesley as his replacement. In that, but it would have been it was a rumor that was very plausible because of Elongated Man's ability to make himself look exactly like someone else.
Like the time in Justice League when he impersonated Superman, tricked the guy into giving him that kryptonite, trying to use the kryptonite on him.
Yep. Yeah, but of course Paul Wesley straight up denied this rumor. The reason why this rumor started is because Paul Wesley and the actor happen to look similar to each other, and happen to have the same colored hair.
Yeah, but
But and like, yeah, and
I
the
don't
point
know.
is, the reason why that actor was cast as the Elongated Man, though, was because of how much he looked the character in the comic books.
He did look like him.
Yeah,
But
but of course, he made a racist comment about something that angered some fans of the Flash TV show.
yeah, he shouldn't have never done that. But you know, people do.
And I know why they casted Paul Wesley as Captain Kirk for Star Trek or Star Trek: Strange New World. They casted him because he happened to resemble William Shatner a little bit. But the first time that you see him in the show, though, it's actually an alternate universe version of the character, who's the captain of a different starship.
He's the captain of the Farragut.
Yeah, and the way he portrays the character in that in the actor when you first see him is completely shows you that he's not portraying a character like William Shatner did, or how Chris Pine portrayed, or how Chris Pine portrayed the character.
Yeah, I know that.
Because they're like trying to go for like how the character was before he became captain of the Enterprise.
I know, it's like
But when it comes to taking over the role, an iconic TV role that has already been portrayed by two great actors, like William Shatner and Chris Pine. It's a real daunting task as an actor, because you got to find a way to portray a character that makes sense, while also still honoring what has already been done with the character.
The little help from the Doctor saves the day. Alice Creed, who had played the character only about a year earlier in Endgame, was the Borg Queen. As we find out in the Voyager Season 7 DVD extra, The Making of Borg Invasion 4D, all of the original who worked on First Contact were hired for the filming, making it something of a family reunion for birds. Number 5. Mind your beeswax. Causing the Borg Queen of a beehive to hatch from her cell, she must first chew through a wax cap in which the worker bees have encased her. The wonders of nature. Yeah, planet Earth this ain't. For her mechanical majesty in Star Trek, Queen cells also exist aboard Borg vessels, although they seem to function as a place of temporary residence, or hiding, a locus of control, and somewhere to play from. The Queen cell contained a powerful piece of technology called a spatial trajector, similar to the Delta Quadrant species of the Arians, capable of transporting the Queen up to 40,000 light years, but only in the event of emergency. Each appearance of the Queen, aside from Star Trek Voyager's Endgame, has been in disembodied form. Voyager, within Unimatrix 1, the Queen descended from a central alcove as little more than a head and shoulders, only for the knees and toes to join from darkness beneath the floor. She's introduced in First Contact in disassembled mode, and any Urchin's Queen in Picard is still incorporated, although with arms and more of a torso this time. It is likely that Borg Queen spent most of her time disassembled in the central alcove, only going walkabouts when the need.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It
how
turns
it is.
out, what funny thing about William Shatner is originally when they started working on when J.J. Abrams started working on his first Star Trek movie, which was going to star Chris Pine as Captain Kirk and Zachary Quinto as Spock. Originally, they were going to planning on having William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy both reprised the roles of Captain Kirk and Spock, but in the form of the future version of their characters. But William Shatner wanted Kirk to be the main thing of the film. To be the main focus of the film, which caused problems with the plan.
Which caused the problem.
End up not doing the film. They end up just using Leonard Nimoy as future Spock.
Yeah.
And but I wonder how Paul Wesley will transition into.
That's what I'm wondering. Hello? Hello,
It makes me wonder. I wonder how Paul Wesley's Paul Wesley's version of Captain Kirk will become more and more like William Shatner's Kirk, like towards the end of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, because of the fact that they'll be basically supposed to be Kirk before the events of the original 60s Star Trek TV series.
I know. Dude. I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah, like. Yeah, and of course, like, we have yet to actually see we haven't actually seen Paul Wesley's official portrayal of Kirk yet, because of the fact that his first appearance as Kirk is him as an alternate universe version of the character, who is it was a more nonsense, really brave, heroic version of Kirk, who's not cocky and is not like not cocky and brash like William Shatner or like William Shatner's version or Chris Pine's version.
But by the time we see the Queen in season 3 of Picard, however, she did a dream of such flawless fights. Number 4, the Janeway factor. Captain Janeway and the crew of Voyager had bounties of battles with the Borg Queen, and yet for the most part avoided the nanoprobe treatment, as they hitched a transwarp ride back to the Elephants that even managed to decimate the Borg and destroy the, or at least one, Queen with just one hyperspray full of a neurolytic pathogen. It was also thanks to Voyager that the research of pioneering exobiologist Hansen was found. the couple had set off in search of the Borg. During their 3 years in the field before their eventual assimilation, the Hansens became aware of the existence of the Borg Queen and of her primary residence, Unimatrix 1. Such knowledge was well in advance of the Federation, who, we assume, only found out about the Borg Queen after the Enterprise E returned to 2373. Until recently, since her presumed death in Endgame, we hadn't seen another prime version of the Borg Queen, aside from the hilariously holographic hindrance to Boimler's perfection in Lower Decks episode, I Expretus. Well, that was until the last 2 episodes of the Star Wars Season 3, and prior, as a voice inside Jack Crusher's head.
Thank you very much for the discussion. Yeah. I want a little more heat and a little less light than usual, but it was still very worth it. Simply take a well-known Republican supporter against a well-known Democrat. And all things don't lead nations. But they lead. The conversation.
Number 3, is it?
And
I don't know, dude. I really can't tell you.
the funny thing about Chris Pine is that William Shatner actually revealed a few times that recently that if they ever make a movie biopic about his life and experiences playing Captain Kirk, that he thinks that Chris Pine should play him in the biopic.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because Chris Pine pretty much is a good actor and could easily pull off playing him, William Shatner, because he already played William Shatner's really iconic role of Kirk.
Introduced us to a very different Borg Queen from the beginning of its 2nd season. Looking more like she's about to work the runway and lead you for filth than running the Resistance, this Queen, who had fused with Dr. Agnes Jurati, was looking for peaceful cooperation with the Federation to prevent destruction of galactic proportions. This wasn't the first time we've seen a different sort of Borg in Trek history, however. In the Star Trek Voyager Season 3 episode Unity, Chakotay, and may as well have been a redshirt Lieutenant Kaplan, come across a group of ex-Borg who, by the end of the episode, have formed a new kind of hive mind amongst themselves called the Cooperative, so they can get along with their rowdy neighbours. Unity was also the first episode to show that the Borg as a whole had survived the destruction of their queen in First Contact, which wasn't a given at the time. As reported in Star Trek Monthly, issue 24, there was debate as to whether the Borg should return at all after First Contact, but the film's co-writer, Ronald D. Moore, believing the death of the Queen and the other drones should have marked the end for the entire collective. And then along came Terry Matalas, at the climax of season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But then what do you want?
Would you want Ray? How would you react to it if I was cast as a alternate universe version of Captain Kirk in an episode of Star Trek New World, Strange New World? How would you react?
I don't know.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
I would base my portrayal, though. If I was cast as him, I would base my portrayal on, my version would be a mix between William Shatner's version and Chris Pine's version. And yeah,
Picard, we meet the Borg and their queen.
Chris Pine, of course,
game, still crippled from the.
Chris Pine, of course, based his portrayal of Captain Kirk on Hal Jordan and Indiana Jones.
That'll work.
And what's funny though is Chris Pratt, who plays Star-Lord, actually based his portrayal of Star-Lord on Han Solo and Captain Kirk. Yeah, no, which is quite really ironic.
Janeway's neurolytic pathogen. In a similar manner to Annie Wershing's Season 2 version, this queen is tethered in dismembered form, reduced to draining the life out of the few remaining drones to survive, even consuming their necrotic tissue in this horror state and still trying to find this place in a tomb, Riker notes ominously. With the help of changelings, who also shares the anger of a generation lost to Starfleet, the Queen created a new collective by assimilating the children of Starfleet through their genes. But the Queen's progeny bucks at the helm of the hive these Gen Z born, no longer just about assimilation, but annihilation.
Catch you tomorrow.
Number 2.
I'll catch you tomorrow, dude.
Okay.
All right.